biggest show in town is Huckleberry Hound for all you guys and gals. The biggest clown in town is Huckleberry Hound with all his cartoon pals. It's Huckleberry fun, it's for everyone, so come on, gather round. Get yourself all set, tune up your TV set for Huckleberry Hound, that oh so merry Chuckleberry Huckleberry Hound. The biggest show in town is Huckleberry Hound for all you guys and gals. The biggest clown in town is Huckleberry Hound with all his cartoon pals. It's Huckleberry fun, it's for everyone, so come on, gather round. Get yourself all set, tune up your TV set for Huckleberry Hound, that oh so merry Chuckleberry Huckleberry Hound, Huckleberry Hound, Huckleberry Hound, Huckleberry
I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I'm strong to the finish 'cause I eats me spinach. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I'm strong to the finish 'cause I eats me spinach. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I'm strong to the finish 'cause I eats me spinach. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man.
Who is always on the spot? Who is
Yogi Bear.
Who keeps cool when things are hot? Who does?
Yogi Bear.
Who believes a wild daydream and falls for some fantastic scheme, but always winds up on the beam?
Yogi Bear.
Who is always on the spot? Who Who is
Yogi Bear.
Who keeps cool when things are hot? Who does?
Yogi Bear.
Who believes a wild daydream and falls for some fantastic scheme, but always winds up on the beam?
Yogi Bear.
Who is always on the spot? Who is
Yogi Bear.
Who keeps cool when things are hot? Who does?
Yogi Bear.
Who believes a wild daydream and falls for some fantastic scheme, but always winds up on the beam?
Yogi Bear.
Felix the cat, the wonderful, wonderful cat. Whenever he gets in a fix, he reaches into his bag of tricks. Felix the cat, the wonderful, wonderful cat. You'll laugh so much your sides will ache, your heart will go pit-a-pat, watching Felix, the wonderful cat.
He's amazing, he's remarkable, he is fearless, unbelievable, he is super duper and extraordinary. He's the kind of a guy that keeps you feeling merry.
Ooh, Felix the cat, the wonderful, wonderful cat. Whenever he gets in a fix, he reaches into his bag of tricks. Felix the cat, the wonderful, wonderful cat. You'll laugh so much your sides will ache, your heart will go pit-a-pat, watching Felix, the wonderful cat. Oh, Felix the cat, the wonderful, wonderful cat. Whenever he gets in a fix, he reaches into his bag of tricks. Felix the cat, the wonderful, wonderful cat. You'll laugh so much your sides will ache, your heart will go pit-a-pat, watching Felix, the wonderful cat.
Oh, it takes a heap of man not to know when to quit. Yes, it takes a heap of man to go on. For when the chips are down and you know this is it, you've got nothing but your gun to lean upon. Wyatt Earp, such a man, Wyatt Earp. Nerves of steel, heart of gold, lightning hands. If you want the bravest lawman in the whole darned West, wait till Wyatt comes a-riding across the sands. He can shoot his gun as quick as the crow flies at dawn. He can hit a hummingbird in full flight. And every bad man knows that his chances are gone when he finds it's Wyatt Earp that he must fight. Wyatt Earp, such a man, Wyatt Earp. Nerves of steel, heart of gold, lightning hands. If you want the bravest lawman in the whole darned West, wait till Wyatt comes a-riding across the sands. Now the history books all tell of the pride of the West, and they say that Wyatt Earp had no fear. They say folks good and true knew that he was the best, and their town was safe from harm when Wyatt's near. Wyatt Earp, such a man, Wyatt Earp. Nerves of steel, heart of gold, lightning hands. If you want the bravest lawman in the whole darned West, Wait till Wyatt comes a-riding across the sands.
Back when the West was very young, there lived a man named Master Son. He wore a cane and derby hat, they called him that Master Son. A man of steel, the stories say, but women's eyes all glanced his way. A gambler's game he always won. His name was that Master Son. The trail that he blazed is still there. No one has come since to replace his name. And those with too ready a trigger forgot to figure on his lightning cane. Now in the legend of the West, one name stands out o'er all the rest. The man who had the fastest gun, his name was that Master Son. The trail that he blazed is still there. No one has come since to replace his name. And those with too ready a trigger forgot to figure on his lightning cane. Now in the legend of the West, one name stands out o'er all the rest. The man who had the fastest gun, his name was Bad, that master's son. His name was Bad, that master's son. His name was Bad, that master's son.
We're the merry men of Sherwood Forest. We're as happy as can be. We have lots of fun till day is done, as we sing so merrily, as we sing so merrily.
Many years ago, in the days of King Richard the Lionhearted, there lived in Nottingham, England, a man named Robin Hood and his band of merry outlaws. They lived in the forest and ate of the king's venison and drank October ale. If ever a stranger should pass through the forest, he would hear the merry men and Robin Hood singing off in the distance this jolly ditty.
We're the merry men of Sherwood Forest. We're as happy as can be. We have lots of fun till day is done, as we sing so merrily, as we sing so merrily.
But don't think that everything was always happy for Robin Hood. The mean and wicked sheriff of Nottingham was always plotting a way to capture Robin Hood and his band of merrymen. One day he hit upon a plan. "I'll have an archery contest," said the sheriff. "Robin Hood will not be able to resist the chance of proving to everyone that he is the greatest of them all." When word of the contest reached Robin Hood, he enrolled immediately. "But wait," cried one of his merry men. "If you go to Nottingham, the sheriff is sure to capture you." "Ah, my good man," said Robin Hood, "I will go in the disguise of a poor beggar, and I will win the contest and bring back the prize." On the day of the contest, the sheriff of Nottingham was singing with glee.
Robin Hood will soon be in the jailhouse. I will capture him and you will see. Robin Hood has tried for the last time to make a fool, to make a fool, to make a fool of me.
The sheriff said, "Aha, now we will know who is the greatest archer of them all. There are but two men left to compete, Ellsworth and that ragged beggar. Shoot, Ellsworth." Ellsworth shot his arrow right into the middle of the bullseye. "There, you beggar, see if you can beat that," shouted the sheriff. Robin Hood stepped up to the mark and confidently sent his arrow speeding to the target, splitting the arrow of Ellsworth in two. The crowds went wild. The sheriff knew that there was only one man in the whole land who could have accomplished such a great feat. Excitedly, he shouted to his men to seize that beggar. Robin Hood was prepared for this and had his men waiting to aid him. The sheriff and his men chased Robin Hood deeper and deeper into the forest, but by Robin Hood's shrewdness, he was able to capture the wicked sheriff. When news reached the king about what the wicked sheriff of Nottingham had done to Robin Hood and his merry men, he ordered that Robin Hood and his men were to be let alone and allowed to do as they pleased because of what they had done to help all the poor, unfortunate people of the land.
Our nation was settled by the bravest of men, the hero that followed our first citizen. With wagon and six-gun, they started on a quest, crossing mountain and prairie to the golden west. They knew that the Injuns were spoiling for a war, but they had a yearning, some country to explore. With Davy Crockett leading, we'll all be safe and sound. So get along, you wagons, let's start a covering ground.
March, 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 march. Roll, wagons, roll. We only got till sunset to make the water whole. So gee
valley the wagons did roll. They'd never stop moving till they reached their goal. The Sioux and the Cheyenne were on the war path, and when they came attacking, they raised Davy's wrath. Shot 9 with his rifle, got 8 more with his knife. A messin' with Davy was worth an Injun's life. With Davy Crockett leading, the train was safe and sound. There were no scalps for Injuns, Davy Crockett held his ground. They rode ever westward toward the setting sun. They prayed every evening till the trip was done. A cougar attacked old Davy in his bed. Just one look from Crockett and that cat fell over dead. Down out of the mountains to the western plain, into Sacramento, roll on you wagon train. With Davy Crockett leading the train safe and sound, it's time to put the plowshares to that virgin western ground.
So march, 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 roll, wagons, roll. We only got till sunset to make the water whole. So gee-haw, rip, snort, whip, crack, wheel, screech, we'll meet the test. Davy Crockett is our leader, and the wagons roll on. March, 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 march.
Who's the bravest of the brave? Who's the strongest of the strong? Who's the friend of serf and slave? Who will fight to right a wrong? Who is sworn to serve his king? Who can make a broadsword sing?
Lancelot, Sir Lancelot, King Arthur's bravest knight.
A dragon came to Camelot, fell upon the town, devoured all the cattle, burned the houses down. The call went out for Lancelot, who mounted his great steed, a pointed lance, a singing sword, and Camelot was freed. Who's the bravest of the brave? Who's the strongest of the strong? Who's the friend of serf and slave? Who will fight to right a wrong? Who is sworn to serve his king? Who can make a broadsword sing?
Lancelot, Sir Lancelot, King Arthur's bravest knight.
The robbers watched the highway, robbing all who passed. King Arthur then decided they had robbed their last. He called upon Sir Lancelot, who donned his silver mail. He trapped the robbers one by one and brought them all to jail. Who's the bravest of the brave? Who's the strongest of the strong? Who's the friend of serf and slave? Who will fight to right a wrong? Who is sworn to serve his king? Who can make a broadsword sing?
Lancelot, Sir Lancelot, King Arthur's bravest knight.
Fair Guinevere was captured by a knight dressed all in black. The round table was called to meet and plan a bold attack. Sir Lancelot stepped forward, announced to one and all, I'll save the fair maid Guinevere, this is my duty's call. He mounted up his charger and rode across the plains, a song upon his lips, hero's blood ran through his veins. One morning as the sun came up, he found the Black Knight's lair, and Lancelot, brave Lancelot, rescued his lady fair. Who's the bravest of the brave? Who's the strongest of the strong? Who's the friend of serf and slave? Who will fight to right a wrong? Who is sworn to serve his king? Who can make a broadsword sing? Lancelot, Sir Lancelot, King Arthur's bravest knight.
big, big hurry. I'm oh so late, so late. I have a date in Wonderland at 20 after 8. The King of Wonderland is waiting there for me. That's why I better hurry, 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 'cause I'm late.
As Alice followed the funny little white rabbit, she found herself at the bottom of a deep rabbit hole. There she saw a long hall with many, many holes.
Oh my, the doors are all locked.
But nearby on a glass table, there was a golden key that fitted a very small door leading to a lovely garden.
That door is much too small for me to crawl through,
cried Alice. Then she saw a little bottle that said, "Drink me." And after drinking some, she grew smaller and smaller and smaller.
Oh dear, now that I'm so small, I can't reach the golden key on the table that will open the garden door. What shall I do?
She'd cried and cried, wondering how she could ever grow to her normal size again, when suddenly she saw a piece of cake that said, "Eat me." And she ate some, and soon she grew to her normal height again. Looking around, she saw a big grinning cat, and Alice said, "Which way should I go?"
In that direction you will find the Mad Hatter, the March Hare, and the little Dormeows.
How do you do, little Alice? How do you do today? We're glad to know you, Alice. Have a cup of tea and then we'll all go out and play.
The Mad Hatter, the March Hare, and the Dormouse acted so silly that she soon left them and at last found herself in a lovely garden. As she wandered along, a parade of Wonderland soldiers came marching by. They were clubs, diamonds, and the King and Queen of Hearts. And they were on their way to the palace where the King and Queen were to try the Knave of Hearts for stealing some tarts.
The Knave of Hearts stole some tarts. Oh, what a shame. The Knave of Hearts stole some tarts, but who is to blame? Who is to blame?
At the trial, the Queen asked Alice what she knew about the stolen tarts.
"I know nothing about the stolen tarts."
And the Queen shouted, "Off with her head!" Oh, but Alice just laughed at them all.
"I'm not afraid. You're only a pack of playing cards."
And at that instant, they all flew towards Alice, and they grabbed her and shook her and shook her. And to her great surprise, she awoke to find her sister shaking her and calling, "Alice, dear, wake up, wake up. You've been sleeping a long, long time."
Alice was dreaming in Wonderland. She had a wonderful time. Alice is leaving Wonderland. Goodbye, little Alice, goodbye.